Alright everybody, this is my quick review of the Fitbit Charge HR. If you want this video over really fast, I'll tell you first off, it's awesome. So if that's all you wanted to buy one, that's all you need. Just subscribe to my channel and go ahead and keep moving. But yes, it is an awesome item. I picked it up over at a local, I think it's called BJ's supply store. They do big box stuff. They're like Sam's or Costco. And they had it on special for $120. So they're usually like $150 if you go to Best Buy or if you go to like Target or anywhere. But real quick, I got mine in black. I think that's why it was discounted, because it was a standard color. My wife got a red one, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. But you just hit the little side, you get the time, down the second, number of steps, heart rate, 92 right now, distance traveled, calories burned, steps, flights of stairs you walked, and I have an alarm set for 4:30 a.m. Don't ask me why I have to get up early for work. And that's basically the whole Fitbit. So you can take it off like any other watch. It's actually the first watch I think I've ever owned that I've worn for more than a week. It's pretty standard as far as that goes. The cool stuff is when you can actually track what you do from day to day. And the rest of the video will be more related to the tracking software. One quick thing, this is about where you got to wear it on your wrist, about a finger length between your wrist bone right here to the Fitbit is your best bet. I'll show you real fast how it actually tracks your heart rate, because people might be curious about that, how it does it accurately. It measures your pulse by basically tracking your capillaries in your blood vessels and them constricting and expanding. And it does it with this little. Can you tell I don't wear watches often? I never take this thing off anymore to charge it. Little thing right there shoots little light beams to actually measure your heart rate. That's how that works. And real quick, the step count is actually very, very accurate. Like if I walk in place right here, nothing happens. But once you're actually walking like you do in the real world, you'll see it change over and over and over again. Like right there, I'm walking in place right now behind the camera, nothing's happening. If I were to walk around and actually jog in place and move my arms, it'll register the shock and it'll actually be fairly accurate. It's pretty close to perfect. As I'm walking, I've left it on the meter before, and it actually goes ahead and, like, as I'm taking steps, it counts very accurately. So if you're worried about the step accuracy, don't be. It's pretty good.
Alright guys, this is a quick demonstration of the Fitbit Connect software that comes with any Fitbit, whether you're buying the HR Charge like I have, or the Surge, which is the more expensive model. Essentially, this is how you track online your progress as it goes forward. This is the computer version of the software. They also have it for your smartphones, and you connect via Bluetooth. This connects via that USB dongle that comes in there. It looks like a little wireless mouse nub that kind of goes with any wireless product that goes onto a computer. So first you just click on this little icon down here. This is the Fitbit Connect icon. You can also go to the start menu down here if you don't have it attached to your hotbar like I do. Just click on it. This is what it'll look like the first time you log in. If you just got your Fitbit and you're setting up your account, this is where it also sets up. You would click set up a new Fitbit device, but I've already done that, so we're going to go straight to sync now. Click on it. And this might take a minute or two. The most I've ever had it take, as long as the tracker's nearby, it takes about 30 seconds at the most. Usually it's already done. It was like, what, 8 seconds long? Took no time at all. So go straight to the dashboard. It goes to whatever your default browser is. Mine's Chrome, because Chrome is the best. And this is basically what the whole setup looks like. You can add apps over here. I have all of mine added on here because I think they're all relatively useful. Friends, I don't use that much. I'm not connected on Facebook through my Fitbit, but you can if you want to. This is cool, the recent exercise bar. This is actually kind of interesting because I never use the exercise function on the Fitbit. It just presumes based on my step count, and my heart rate that I'm engaging in some level of physical activity. Usually it registers as a walk. It doesn't matter if I'm weightlifting and walking around a bunch or if I'm walking up and down stairs. It usually registers as a walk. I've never gone on a long run with my Fitbit, so I don't know if it would register as a run as opposed to a walk, but it's very possible. You can do your weight loss goal up here, and we'll talk about this a little later about your calorie count. This is all related to your calorie and water intake, these four right here. Motivation, I don't use Fitbit Premium, so this never comes into play for me. We'll talk about this little graph in just a minute. You can measure your beats per minute. This goes right next to the sleep for a reason, because it measures your resting heart rate at night when you're sleeping or when it thinks you're sleeping. And essentially, it's actually pretty accurate. So if you fall asleep and your heart rate goes down, it picks up on that pretty quickly. So that 7 hours and 3 minutes that I got in sleep last night, that's pretty close to accurate. One time I fell asleep around I was watching a show that I happened to know the time of, and I fell asleep during the show, and it actually registered me falling asleep like 15 minutes into that show that I would have been watching. So it's very accurate as far as the time it registers your sleep. So it's actually a pretty cool way to keep track of your sleep patterns. It also, as you can see, actually registers how restless you were, whether you're awake or restless at night. And you got little badges down here. This is just kind of fun. Where how many steps have you taken? You walked 70 miles. You walked up 25 floors. You get the redwood badge. Just a little. It's piddly, but it's still kind of fun if you like achievements in games. So it's kind of the same kind of concept. This is my daily fitness tracker. So you can change these goals all you want, whether you want to up your calorie burn, your miles walked, your total activity time, or flights of stairs. You can adjust that. But today it's all set to the default for me, so 10,000 steps. You also have a weekly activity bar where it's trying to get your minimum activity level at this green line, which is not terribly high, honestly. And this is probably the most important app on the Fitbit Connect software. It is the weekly, daily, and monthly tracking of individual measurements. So like right now it's at the heart rate. You can do it for steps. Like here I was walking around work today a little bit. Heart rate. This is probably the more interesting one just because it tracks it in 5-minute intervals. So you can see a very, very, very detailed map of your heart rate over a given period of time, usually a day. Distances walked, calories burned, and it's kind of interesting to see like it coincides with your heart rate suddenly going up. So it does match up pretty closely. So that's probably the more interesting one. And finally, we've got the food log right here. This is important just because you actually can track your food intake, but it doesn't do it automatically. You have to put it in. So this is actually the food log over here. I'll show you that again real fast. So we'll go back to the dashboard. It's up here in log. You just click on log, and you have to look at what, like today I had a Southern style chicken sandwich from McDonald's. So you type in Southern style, and it's the first one that comes up. You click on it, make it a full serving, because I don't know why it's set to that. I keep track of that stuff. Press log food, and it'll actually log in the amount of food you've eaten today. And if you eat something very common, like if you're dieting or probably drinking a lot of protein shakes, you can just click on that in your recently eaten food bin or the most logged food, depending on which one's more convenient. Or you can set your favorite foods. Like I eat eggs and 2 pieces of toast every morning, so I can always throw that in. You can also break it down by time you've eaten during the day, so you can keep track of when you're overeating or undereating. And you also track your water consumption. So overall, this is actually a pretty cool platform to keep track of your fitness goals on, and you can do it from your phone. It's fairly user friendly on my Android, so it's not as perfect as a computer is, but obviously a computer is more sophisticated and robust, so you can do a little more with it. But overall, this is a pretty cool concept. But that being said, the Fitbit isn't going to help you lose weight unless you're actually keeping track of this, and I think that's one important tool. Because for today, I'm kind of not doing much today on purpose because it's the holidays. I'm not really doing a whole lot. And I was at work for a little while, but that was about it. And I've been pretty inactive today. I haven't even hit that fat burn number maybe 3 or 4 times, and only then for a couple minutes at a time, which is actually kind of interesting. It's a good way to hold your own feet to the fire. It's not necessarily the best, most accurate fitness tool out there, but it will keep your average person to go, hey, I'm not moving today. Look how little I moved, how few steps I've taken, how my heart rate's not in that fat burn to cardio zone that's so important. It'll help you basically just hold yourself accountable. But that being said, if you're not doing anything to improve, all you're going to be tracking is how little you're doing and how much weight you're gaining. So really, it's kind of a great way to just hold yourself accountable. That's probably the best thing about this tool is it makes you aware of what you're doing and more importantly what you're not doing. So that's why I really like it, and it's actually kind of helped me keep track of my food, helped me keep track of how much I'm walking. It's kind of almost encouraged me to walk more because I see it, I see the result right in front of me. Like my inactivity, I have to face it every time I look at my watch. So overall, this is definitely a cool product, and I would totally recommend it for anybody. If you want to, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hopefully I'll do some more reviews on this. My wife might review hers. She has some issues with her red one that we might talk about later. But thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to talk about with Fitbit. I usually pay close attention. I comment back on my people who want to watch my videos. So thank y'all so much.